back to my channel. Welcome to another Vlogmas video. Today's video is a little bit different because I don't know if we're going to do a book challenge. The video is still kind of developing organically. So today's video is going to be round 2 of the Vlogmagram tag, and I was not tagged the second time, but I wanted to do the video again because I love this Vlogmagram idea. Shawn the Book Maniac and Heather from Soggy Expat Book Nerd created this tag, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great way to just kind of reach out to the people that you chat with here on BookTube, people that you subscribe to, or people who watch your videos, and you may not get a chance to just, you know, always respond to their comments the way you'd want to. But the Vlogmagram is a way to get them to kind of respond to you, sending them a message through a vlog or through a video. So like I said, I was not tagged the second time, but I came up with a couple of questions for myself based on watching other people's videos. And then I have a couple of people that I want to tag. So here we go. Vlogmagram. So in the description box down below are the rules for Vlogmagram. Like Shawn emphasized in his videos, you don't have to be tagged in order to do the tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm tagging 2 people. That's one of the rules for the tag. So you should also respond to the questions or the prompts that someone else sent you. I don't have that, so I came up with my own. And you should also share some vlog footage. So for today, I'll show you what I'm doing because I'm doing a lot of stuff. I have about half an hour before I need to go pick up my kiddo from preschool. 3K. It's not quite preschool. It's the year before preschool. So she's 3 years old. She just turned 3. And so 3K is the year before pre-K, which is 4 years old. And kindergarten is 5 years old. So in any case, she gets out at about 2:30. I can pick her up anytime between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. It takes me about 5 minutes to get there. So right now it is 2:05 and I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to go right into this video. So while I am here getting ready for her, I'll show you what I'm doing. All right. So this is what I'm doing. I'm eating a little lunch. It's kind of a little poke bowl. Not really. There's some rice, some garbanzo beans or chickpeas, a couple of pieces of beets, a piece of sweet potato or yam, and one lone morsel of chicken, which I should have eaten already. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat that before I leave because I'm doing some other stuff. So I'm also trying to wrap a couple of Christmas gifts, or maybe just one Christmas gift. Have a couple of things that I bought for my daughter, and Legos, because she is now she's over the Lego Duplos. I should show them to you. So Vlogmagram is supposed to include vlog footage, so I don't always get to show you guys what I'm doing. So these are my daughter's Lego Duplos. These are 2 sets of Legos in here that she was playing with since she was about a year and a half. So these are the big bricks, huge bricks, and they're great because they help teach her the letters and the numbers. And I remember I'm gonna try to insert some footage here. The first time she was able to tell me to recognize the letters, first time she was able to recognize the numbers on these blocks or these bricks, and I was just over the moon. Like, how smart she is. She is really smart. What's this one?
5.
5. Very good. What's this one? What's this number? Okay. Tell me this one.
3.
What's this number?
6.
6. Very good. What's this number?
7.
7. Very good. Okay. What's this one that we put in the bag? What's this number?
2.
2. Very good. good. You're so smart. So yeah, we're trying to minimalize and upcycle and recycle things. So I considered buying a cart to put her toys in. But then I realized that we have this little carton box which fits perfectly. So those are the Legos that she's been playing with, is what I'm saying, for about a year and a half. And then a couple of weeks ago, her grandmother, my husband's mother, gave her this little Lego set. This little Lego set from when my husband was a kid. So this is like a family heirloom right here. And it's I don't know, I guess you could see it. It's the little Lego man riding and I guess it's an airplane. It's an airplane, right? It's an airplane because it has a propeller in the front, but it also kind of looks like a jet ski. So in any case, my husband's mother gave her this. We went to visit her and she gave her this to play with, and my daughter was like over the moon excited because little pieces. And I thought, okay, they're too small for her. She won't be able to do, to do the manipulations because dexterity. She's just 3, but she loves it. She loves it. And so since she's gotten that, she still plays with her Duplos, but not as much because every time she just wants to go get this. So I've been trying to keep it up on the shelf so she can't always like take the pieces and lose them, but she's been very good. There are 20 pieces in here, and it's been about 3 weeks now that she's had this, and she hasn't lost any of the pieces, and I'm telling you, she does everything with them. So we went to the library, and at the library they have more of the kind of make your own design Legos, which she loves as well, but she also asked me for a police car. So I found this on Amazon. And it does say 5 years old and above, but I got her the police car Lego. And it says 94 pieces. So it may be a little bit too much. So I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it just in case. I'm going to wrap it. But I'm not sure I'm going to give it to her yet. She may get this next year. But I'm going to wrap it so that she doesn't see it, is what I'm saying. And if push comes to shove, I could always give this as a gift to someone else. So, all of that. And I still didn't wrap the gift. I'm going to have to put my drink on the floor because I don't want to lose my drink. So we have wrapping paper from last year. Oh, I need scissors. So while I'm wrapping this gift, I will tell you the people that I'm tagging in this vlog, because I think I just did a lot of vlogging. So here are the people that I'm tagging. I'm tagging Heidi from my reading life because Shawn tagged Heidi in the original vlog, in the original Vlogmagram tag video. And I love his prompts. I love the questions that he asked Heidi. But I want to tag Heidi too. So I came prepared with questions. So here are my questions for you, Heidi. Number 1, your neighbor in Maine. Your neighbor invites you over to play book charades for Christmas. You have to bring a book and act out a character from a book. So what book do you choose and why? That's my first question for Heidi. Second question is, a bookstore you'd like to visit someday. So not a bookstore that you've been to yet, a bookstore that you'd like to visit someday and why? And it could be a real bookstore or a fantasy bookstore. Yeah. And then question number 3. Your grandson comes to visit you all the time and he reads with you. So show us the books that your grandson likes to read or likes to have read to him. Yeah. Show us your grandson's book collection at your house? Yeah, okay. So those are my questions for Heidi. Now I gotta hurry up. All right. So let's actually wrap this. I feel like this is going to be a gift for someone else, guys. As I'm wrapping this, I feel like this is not a gift from my kiddo. I feel like this is going to be gifted to one of the myriad of other children in my life. So I'm gonna put a tag on it, but I'm not putting anybody's name. So we went to the doctor this morning. I took my daughter to go get her flu shot this morning before she went to school. Am I a bad parent for taking my kid to get a vaccine and then leaving her at school? No. So the nurse was so impressed. My daughter did not even flinch when she gave her the vaccine. Like, she didn't cry. She didn't complain. She said it was an African lady. The nurse was an African lady, and she said, "You are such a big girl." Then she started saying these things that were kind of funny. She said, "You're the biggest girl in America." But I mean, I know what she meant. She meant to say that my daughter's really brave, and maybe, one of the bravest kids that she's dealt with for a while. I'm telling you. So she went and got her. She said, "I'm going to give you all the lollipops. And don't eat all of them today, okay? Make sure you only eat one today." So after the visit, because the exam room that we were in, it was right outside of the nurse's station. So she opened the door to go get the lollipops, and the lollipops are kept in this big jar, the nurse's station. So my daughter walks out of the room to follow her. She said, come with me." So they go, and they're standing in front of the nurse's station, and she opens the lollipop jar, and she's taking out she's taking some out, because her intention is to give my daughter multiple lollipops, like she said. So another kid, this is a bigger girl, maybe about 7 or 8 years old, is walking out of another room. She says, "Can I get lollipops?" So the nurse said, "Okay, like, I wasn't, your provider. I wasn't working with you." But I guess the mother didn't object, so she gave her 2 lollipops, and the girl just took them, and she was walking away. So the nurse said, "You're welcome." And then I guess, the kid was like, "Okay, thank you." So they were kind of joking about that. My daughter's just standing there patiently waiting. So the lady she took out 4 lollipops, these little dum-dums. She took out 4 of them out of the jar, and she gave them to my daughter. My daughter took 1. She said, "You only want 1?" She said, "Uh-huh." And she took the lollipop, and she was like, "Okay, I got a lollipop." And she was walking around and showing everybody. I wish I had footage. So because I don't have footage, I'm just telling you the story. She said, "I have a lollipop." I should tell everybody who would listen, and even those who didn't want to. "I have a lollipop." The nurse is like, you don't want more? I'm giving you more." She said, "No, I don't want any more." I said she knows her limit. So it's funny, because her first lollipop ever, she got at that same doctor's office for another vaccine. Been a lot of vaccines. But yeah. So I finally wrapped a gift. And I don't know who it's for. I'm gonna get some ribbon to tie it up. So yeah, that's my story time for today. And then I have to tag one more person, right? Because it's Vlogmagram. So the other person I'm tagging is Sarah from Hardcover Hearts. Hi, Sarah. So one of my favorite books this year was 84 Charing Cross Road, which I got a recommendation from Sarah, because Sarah shared on Instagram in the beginning of January. She mentioned that her first book that she reads every year is 84 Charing Cross Road, and I was like, why? I didn't know anything about the book. So I buddy read it with Rosalie and Columbus, and we absolutely loved it. I thought it was delightful. It is a very short book it's epistolary. It's letters between a woman in the United States and a bookseller whose bookstore address is 84 Charing Cross Road. And it is a delightful, charming little book. And so thank you, Sarah, for bringing that book to my attention this year. So, questions for Sarah. First question, 84 Charing Cross Road. Show us where you read your copy every year. You say it's the first book that you read in January. Show us where you read it and tell us the story of how you came to discover that book. Vlog style would be great. Next prompt for Sarah. An author you've never read but would like to meet, and why? And it could be someone who's still alive or someone who isn't. So more of a fantasy meeting. Most of my author meetings are fantasy meetings. So an author you've never met. I'm sorry, an author you've never met, yeah, or read, but you'd like to meet them, and tell us why. And then my third question for Sarah. Sarah, you're on a beach or a mountain or a hiking trail or a ski slope or wherever by the pool, wherever you feel relaxed. You meet someone comes up to you and asks you to recommend a book that will make them love the place that they're in. What book do you recommend to them? So you choose the location, whichever location is more amenable to you, whichever one you prefer. Beach, mountain, ski slope, poolside, however, hiking trail, whichever of those locales speak to you the most, and that you can find a book that you could recommend to someone that they would love. So yeah, those are my 3 questions for you, Sarah, and thank you so much for watching this video, for all of you who were here. So to make this a book challenge, so since this video is a little bit about gifts, I thought I would use Bookmarks magazine for our Vlogmas challenge. So this is a magazine that my husband subscribes to for me. It is part of his Christmas gift to me every year, I think. So this edition, this issue is from November 2020, December 2020. Every 2 months I get a new issue of Bookmarks magazine, and it's fantastic because I love this magazine. So this is a list in the November-December 2020 issue, and it's Bookmark selections, 10 books that they gave 4-star ratings. And so I'll tell you which of these 10 books I've read, and you could tell me which ones you've read. So The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi. I read her debut, Freshwater, and I kind of decided that she wasn't for me, so I haven't read anything else that she has published. So that's a no. Here We Are by Graham Swift. I have not read, even though I own a copy. Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Jessie. I read, loved it. I also really loved her debut, Homegoing. Squeeze Me by Carl Hiaasen. I don't know if that's how that name is pronounced, but I haven't read that book. Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I have heard good things. I have not read it. Punching the Air by Ibisa Boy and Yusuf Salam. I have not read. I read her novel American Street. I haven't read anything else from her. Vespers Flights by Helen MacDonald. I have not read. Is this the author who wrote H's for Hawk? I think so. I haven't read anything from her. Memorial Drive by Natasha Trethewey. I haven't read. I think I should read this book at some point, but I haven't yet. Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. Read, loved. Also really loved The Warmth of Other Suns by her. Would love to know what she's going to write about next, but whatever it is, I'm here for it. And finally, Owls of the Eastern Ice, A Quest to Find and Save the World's Largest Owl by Jonathan C. Slate. I have not read. So yeah, 10 books, and I have read 10 books, and I've read 2 of them. So let me know in the comments down below what your score was. Hopefully you did better than me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Tagging these people, but if you're watching this video and you want to do the Vlogmagram tag, if you have not yet been tagged, feel free to do it. Say I sent you to do it. And let's see your video. Let's see your response in the comments down below. Until we come back for another video, guys. Happy reading. Bye. And I got one present wrapped. One present wrapped. Oh, we didn't sing. It's the most wonderful time of the day.